The second problem is, you remember yesterday I was saying that each pyramid, which is considered a tomb, need to be attached with a temple, and the temple attached with a storehouse. So if we know where the temple, we could know where the tomb. And if we discover where the tomb, that's meaning the tomb location is not secret. That's why for the first time they separate the temple from the tomb. So the tombs are in the Valley of the Kings, and then we have the Green Land. You see the Green Land, we cross it now. We crossed the river Nile from a minute ago, and then overlooking the Green Land, they built the temples and the storehouses. By this way, no one could know and understand where the location of the tombs itself. How many tombs are there? To be honest, we don't know. We believe there is too much tombs. But how many tombs we discovered till today? 62 tombs in the Valley of the Kings. How many of them is still having a treasure inside it? Only one. 61 tombs had been stolen. With all this security procedure, with all this way to keep things, all of them had been stolen. And even the mummies of those pharaohs who didn't believe in God, it is most of it vanished. We never know where it is and what happened to it. All what we discovered are only 42 mummy. 20 of them are for kings and the rest are for high priestess. And we discovered them hidden in a shaft, in a cave, so deep down between the mountains, looks like a deep shaft, and that's where we discover the mummies. We didn't discover one mummy inside the tomb, except one tomb, to be honest, which had been discovered, and that is the last tomb we discovered in Egypt, and the famous one, by the way, that is the tomb of King Tutankhamun, which is American people like to call him King Tut. King Tut or King Tutankhamun, that is how the ancient Egyptian people write it and pronounce it. King Tutankhamun, he was a king ruling Egypt for only 9 years. He became a king while he's 9 years old, and he passed away while he is 18 years old, ruling Egypt for only 9 years. Between me and you, in the books of history, we have only one line written about him. A king ruled Egypt for 9 years, died all of a sudden, we don't know why, and he didn't do anything important. He was what we call him a big zero king. Nobody. He do nothing. He was 9 years, so he didn't do anything important. But this 9 years old kid, when we discover his tomb by Howard Carter, a British Egyptologist, was working in Egypt as a chief of inspectors of antiquities in Luxor for 7 years. He became the most famous pharaoh, not only in Egypt but in the whole world. And they call him with different names. The young pharaoh, the golden pharaoh, the pharaoh with the golden mask. He became the ambassador of the Egyptian civilization to the whole world. Why? Because his tomb, which is a very small one, compare it with the big tombs we find it in the valley, and he is nobody, as we say, and he ruled Egypt for only 9 years, but his tomb, it is the first and the last one till today. We discovered it unattacked, and everything was still existing inside. We discovered the mummy, we discovered the treasure, we discovered the food supplies, we discovered everything inside the tomb. How much pieces and things we discovered there? 5,000 pieces. Most of it made out of pure gold. And even the things which is made out of wood, covered with gold. By the year 1922, Howard Carter discovers the tomb, and then it takes 3 years from him and his helpers and workers to bring the things out, give it a serial number, publish it, take a nice photo of it, make a nice catalog of all the things they find it there, and then they transfer it to the Egyptian Museum. And the 5,000 pieces now are inside the Egyptian Museum. Except one piece, it's a sarcophagus made out of stone. They keep it inside the tomb, and the mummy of the king is still inside the tomb. If all the treasures had been stolen, and the only one we find some treasure inside it, it was King Tut, and it it had been transferred already to Cairo Museum. Why we are bothering ourselves to go to visit the tombs? What is the reason of visiting those tombs if there's no treasure inside it? What we are going to see? The ancient Egyptian people, when they do mummification, they make a hole through the nose and they take the brain off and throw it away. They keep everything in the body, every organ of the body, you could imagine it, even the nails, even the teeth of the king, his hair, everything except his brain. The only thing, they take it and throw it away. We never know why. But when we come to understand what they are talking about, they say that man needs his brain in his first life to make decision. But in the second life, you don't need your brain because you made your decision already. And you will be either in heaven or in hell. So you don't need your brain anymore. But they discover something else. Where is our memory? It's in our brain. When we take the brain off and throw it away, how this king will recognize himself in afterlife? How he will know what is his name? How he will know how many years he ruled Egypt? How he will know the procedure he had to do it and the way he had to use it until he go to the final judgment day, and what he will say in the final judgment day to go to heaven. So that's why on the wall of the tomb they write down every single detail about the king. And that's what we are going to see together. When we go to the tombs, we are going to see the reliefs on the wall of the tombs, which is those reliefs. It was a way to help the king to resurrect back again. And the tomb is divided for 3 sections. The first section outside, near to the door, it got the biography of the king. The name of the king, how many years he ruled the country, what is his reign looks like, if he was good or bad. Of course, all of them, they say that they were excellent, not only good. And how many wives he had, how many kids he had, and what the good things he did in his life. Did he build the new cities? Did he build the temples dedicated to God? Did he defeat the enemy of Egypt? Every major event happened in his life is written in his wall. The second section showing the king as a very beloved one. Beloved one, but not from human being. Beloved one from his gods. So he showed himself standing in front of the gods, and he having a relationship between him and between his gods. So gods are introducing him to others. He is dancing with gods. He is eating with gods. He is sitting with gods. And by this way, if gods are in heaven, so he will be also in heaven. The third part of the tomb, which is the late part deep inside, where the sarcophagus and the coffin exist and the mummy is exist, they are giving us a different story, saying that they need a hope. Now those people, they are not true believers as the time of Joseph and Abraham. So those people, they didn't believe in a one mighty God will give them life back. So they need to guarantee certification and certificate resurrection. To do that, they start to say there is only one thing. They know it and witness it rising up early morning every day, which is a solar disk. So the solar disk rise early morning, move from east to west all the daytime, and then by sunset they believe the solar disk, it goes under the ground in its own tomb for the night time. So the night time, it is the grave period of the solar disk. And then early morning, the solar disk, which is called Ra, it is resurrecting back again. So the solar disk know the way very well how to resurrect. And the solar disk or Ra could be a good guide leading the kings of Egypt to resurrect back again in afterlife. That's why they're writing down about how they appreciate the solar disk, how they worship the solar disk, and here they are worshipping the solar disk, and also how they follow the solar disk in its own journey under the ground from death to life. And And it's always ended with the solar disk coming out from under the ground, with two mighty hands are pushing the solar disk to come out from the ground, and that is resurrection in their concept. Those reliefs had been colored with a very nice and fancy colors and shining one. And those colors still exist, some of it still exist in a very good condition till today. The period of making the Valley of the Kings is related back starting from 1551 BC till the time of 960 BC. So some of those colors are related back to 3,500 years ago and is still in a very good condition till today. That's what we are going to see. But we are not going to see because we like it and we appreciate it. But the concept I would like and the feeling I would like you to think about it when you are inside those tombs. See how those people suffer so much to dig those tombs, which is some of it 92 meters, almost 300 feet under the ground. Some of it are 1,200 feet underneath the mountain and into the rock of the mountain itself. And how they bother themselves by making drawings and reliefs and things like that and mummified the body, all of that for only one good hope, that they will be resurrected and going to heaven. And appreciate what we have and appreciate what we got, because once we just believe in Him, we will be resurrected and we will never perish in hell and we will have our everlasting life. That is a story which we are going to see together. We got our tickets already. Our tickets allowing us to go inside 3 different tombs. I will recommend for you, we have 62 tombs as we say, but they open like 9 tombs every week. So I didn't come to this to do this tour since last March, which is almost like 6 months ago. And I don't know which tombs are open today, but by the entrance they will tell me which tombs are open today. So I will select the best 3 of them for you to visit today. We will visit 3 different tombs, going inside it and see how the tomb looks like, what is the colors looks like, and the whole story of it. I will not be able to explain inside the tomb. That's why I'm bothering myself by giving you the information now. Because when we go there, I'm not allowed to go with you inside the tomb and explain inside it. It's not allowed. And unfortunately, you are not allowed also to take your camera with you. No video camera, no photographic camera is allowed inside the Valley of the Kings. By the main entrance, they have an X-ray machine and they will double check your bags and double check everything. So please, you are kindly requested to leave your camera inside the bus. And our driver, Mr. Mustafa, he's our driver for today. He will be inside the bus the whole time to take care of our luggage and take care of our camera. Please do not take your camera with you inside. It's not allowed. No camera, no video camera inside the Valley of the Kings is not allowed. Did they sell postcards? Yes, they are selling postcards, 18 postcards for $1. So I will explain about it. And also they have another group of digital photos, not postcards, digital photos, which is a very high quality one from inside the tombs, and that's for $5. Okay, 24 for $5 or 26 I think for $5. And I will let you see both of them and you could decide which one you like. We will go inside 3 different tombs. I will not be able to explain inside the tomb, and then I will wait for you outside to lead you to the second one and the third one. We will go to the 3 tombs with the same ticket. So by the entrance of the tomb, you will show your ticket. There is a guard. He will make a hole or a mark on the ticket, and then be sure that you got the same ticket back again, because with the same ticket we will go to the second and the third tomb. There is only one tomb in the Valley of the Kings. It is not including in this ticket, and it's an extra ticket, which is the tomb of King Tut, Tutankhamun tomb, because it got the mummy inside it. So it cost 100 Egyptian pound, which is more or less like $19, $19 to go inside it. My own opinion, my own recommendation. I don't recommend that for my group. because the other 3 tombs we are going to see, it has much colors and much reliefs. What makes this tomb different, it is only the mummy. So if you are interested to see a mummy, you could pay 100 Egyptian pounds, which is like $20 more or less, to see one mummy. While when we go to the Egyptian Museum Saturday morning, we are going to visit the Egyptian Museum, and inside the Egyptian Museum there is a mummy gallery room. You could pay the same amount of money, 100 Egyptian pound, but you will see 14 different mummies. So if you are interested in seeing mummy, we could do that in the Egyptian Museum. You will see 14 mummies for 1 ticket. Here you will see 1 mummy for 1 ticket for 100 Egyptian pound. That's why I didn't recommend it for my groups, and I'm saying it's much better to wait. If you are interested to see a mummy, you could wait when we go to the Egyptian Museum next Saturday. We will do some walking between the tombs, from one tomb to the other tomb, and we would like to be together as one group. Sometimes if it is crowded, I'm saying that